I wanted to make a piece that was incredibly sad. It didn't quite come out that way, but that's generally the nature of these things. I wanted to make a piece that was about something that couldn't be stated or couldn't be seen. So it was kind of dark walls, dark material, and then to have this kind of radiating sort of pulses of white in the form of the swans with the black heads on them. You know, there's something that's very present, that's recognized as beautiful, and then there's something that's sort of throbbing there at the neck that is harder to see. On the one side, there's a little cagey reference to a negress of some sort in Delacroix, Get Up. And on the other side, there are 3 blind people and a woman removing her eyes. Represents blindness or the forces of tradition. A few years ago, there was a very heated debate and letter writing campaign from several black artists. Were really sort of adamant that this work, you know, was not to be seen. Well, I guess the argument was that it was throwing, you know, the black arts movement and representation of black people backwards and not forwards. I wasn't anticipating a huge public response. You know, I made the work, and I've been making the work largely to kind of sate my imagination. I'm not a very good arguer. I can kind of respond in the work a little bit better, and I think that's actually what the piece at the museum here that was about. It was that kind of a battle over who has the right to this completely deranged set of circumstances. The real circumstances, racism, slavery, apartheid, you know, Jim Crow laws, lynching, you know, gross abuses of power, and then everything else that's attached to those realities. Every story that's ever been written, every picture that's been published, every photograph taken of a lynching, every cream of wheat illustration. You know, everything that has in its hand some possibility of a human sort of relating experience, the experience of looking, and the damning experience of, you know, of killing or destroying through a look.